it is. I've got my little goblin, my little gnome with me.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than a troll. You remember those little dolls that you used to get that were quite short and had the sticky out purple hair?
Yeah.
You look nothing like that.
I look more like a mermaid, I think.
A mermaid,
That's what
that
we're
is
going
good.
for.
Yeah, we're channeling our inner mermaids. So I've got Brella in the kitchen with me today, and I thought what we'd do is show you this really interesting recipe, which has just gone live actually on Liz and Wellbeing website. And when I told Brella about it, she went, "Ooh, does that actually taste nice?" And actually it does taste really good. It is cauliflower and almond soup. And actually I was looking this up online just to check that our web connections were working. And I remembered that this was a recipe that I gave British Vogue about 5 years ago. It was one of the first recipes that I ever gave the magazine, which was quite funny. So it is up now on the website. So it is a lot more delicious than it sounds, trust me on this. And my helper here is going to get going with some of the prep, which is even better. So do you want to make a start, honey?
Yes.
So I have got the recipe, actually. I have got it up on my laptop here just to remind me that I follow the right one. Have you washed your hands? That's the first question.
Go do that.
So the ingredients are really simple. It's ground almonds. And you can obviously buy ground almonds in a packet, or if you've got one of those high-speed whizzy grinders, then you can just use plain almonds and grind them up yourself, which I like to do actually if I've got a bit of time, because I grind them with the skins and then you've got more of the prebiotic fibre and the goodness. So we need almonds, butter, onion, one medium cauliflower, which we've got there, some chicken stock, which I've got, actually funnily enough I've got turkey stock, nutmeg, single cream, and just some salt and pepper. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to chop our cauliflower. So we've got a cauliflower here. Now what I want you to do, honey, is if you just trim the leaves a little bit, but keep them, because these roast really well. I think this was a tip that somebody shared with me on Instagram. So if you take off the outer leaves, this has got a nice lot of leaves actually, which is great. And we can just trim them up, because if you just massage these with a little bit of olive oil and salt and crisp them up in the oven, they really are good. So can I leave you to do that and just then chop that cauliflower into little kind of florets, and then what we're going to do, I think, is whiz it up. Oh my goodness, I think we might have to use the Magimix again. Hadn't thought about that one. The exploding. Did you see the YouTube of Brella and me? What were we making?
Was it the ginger balls?
Oh yeah, it was the ginger Christmas energy balls. And yes, that's when I learnt that my Magimix top had broken. And actually, I'm really upset with Magimix, because I went online to try and order just the top, and you can't buy it. And, you know, okay, the Magimix is not in its first flush of youth, but you buy these things because they're expensive and they're built to last, and you think this is, you know, a really good piece of kit. And then what's the point if you then can't get the spares? So they're going to make me buy a whole set of accessories, including the lid, which I don't need, and which is a waste, and expensive, something like, I don't know, was it £85 or maybe even more? And all I want is the lid, the plastic lid. So, if anybody can tell me, it's the cuisine system. This is all I need, just this bit. You see where it's broken here? That is it. So I don't need this, I don't need all the gadgets, I don't need all the blades that I'm going to have to rebuy, just the lid, which clearly is going to break over time, isn't it, compared to the main thing. I think there is a website called spares.com or something like that, where you can go in and you can buy spare things.
Or maybe on like eBay or something.
I looked, honey, I absolutely did, but obviously it must be a common problem because there just aren't any being sold. You can buy the whole thing, but you know, I don't need the whole thing. Anyway, that is my little rant of the day over. So today what we're going to do, apart from cook this amazing soup, which you will hopefully be delighted and surprised by, I actually also want to show you something that has just arrived here in this household, because I am on the subscription list, and so I do get sent my copy, and I arrived yesterday. You can guess what I'm talking about. Da da da. Here we go. Woo! I got my copy. That's so exciting.
Oh, it's so nice. You look great.
Oh, thanks, honey. That's a nice, isn't it? Nice spontaneous reaction. And look who we've got on here. Miss Basil. This is her second cover, I think. I think the first one was Christmas last year. So there we go. So let me know. Have you got your copy? let me know. Give me a heart or a thumbs up or something if you've got yours. So these we started posting out early. Oh, lots of hearts, thank you. Because we weren't sure when the post was going to arrive, because I know there's been postal disruptions all over the country. Some people then got them super early because it just whizzed through the mail, and others had to wait. And others are still arriving, obviously, like mine, which has only just arrived. So hopefully it will be with you soon. And this was taken in our garden here, and it just says on the corner, find your happy place. And that's what this issue is all about. And you can see the words that I've put here at the bottom: refresh, revitalise, recharge and restore.
Like that a lot.
That's what we need, isn't it, my
Yeah.
honey? That is what we need. Anyway, lots of good stuff in here, which I'll be sharing over the coming weeks. You can't find it in the shops. Just to remind you, you have to subscribe. Okay, so links will be provided. I think, Amy, are you doing Facebook today? Hi, Amy. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. So Amy will be popping all the links on Facebook, which will also be up on YouTube a bit later, and Instagram. You know, if you're brand new to Instagram, welcome to our lovely community here. And if you go to my bio, that's a little bit of blurb about me with my little circular picture in Instagram. If you click on the blue Linktree link, then all the links will pop up. Or head to lizarwellbeing.com, and that's where you find all the information. Why are you not washing your collie?
Do I chop the end off?
Yeah, I would chop most of this off like that.
And then wash it?
And then, yeah, just give that a bit of a wash. See if you can break it open into florets. That's quite a nice, neat, densely
like
packed one. Does look like a brain, doesn't it? Would it fit? Yes, it would. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do to start with. And then how am I going to blitz it? I think I am going to have to risk that good old Magimix and just the exploding Magimix. Well, let's just hope that it doesn't explode. And I think last time it was all a bit unexpected. I think this time if we cover it with a cloth,
should I get another
maybe. Yeah, do you want to grab that one from over there and we can just chop it into pieces. And then the other thing that we need to do, actually, I think, is just fry some onions quickly. Sorry, moving out of shot here. Let me just, that's the only problem on Instagram, because we have to do it in this format. I'll stand behind you slightly.
Okay.
So yeah, you just chop that, honey, and then pop it, melt butter in the pan, add the chopped onions and saute until soft, and then add the chopped cauliflower. Oh no, we do have to whiz it after it's got all the liquid in it. I'll have to use that. I find an alternative, I think.
It's going to become a comedy show.
Well, if I could get a flipping lid for my Magimix, then maybe it would be all right.
If anybody has a spare one.
Yeah, please, can you just drop me a comment? Okay, so butter and sautéed almonds, not sautéed almonds, sautéed onions. I'm going to do that to start with. So let me get this going.
Do we keep the stalks?
Yeah, keep everything, pop everything in. And I've got some stock here, actually. I might need a little bit more stock. Whoops. I'm going to defrost.
Is that that's fish
this
stock?
one. That's fish stock. Well, I wasn't sure whether you were going to have chicken or turkey stock.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I know you're not a big meat eater, but actually.
No, but stock is fine, I think. Like,
well, I'm really pleased to hear that,
yeah.
because actually chicken stock and chicken broth has just got so much goodness in it. And of course, if you want to be completely veggie, you can use a vegetable stock or a vegetable broth. That would be no problem. But the reason that I like to use the chicken stock or the chicken broth is that you get the protein and the amino acids coming from the chicken, from the carcass, and you get the collagen, which is really so good for our skin and our connective tissue and all of that. So, and it's sustainable. You know, if you're using a whole chicken, you want to use every bit of it, and it tastes really good. So I'm going to be using the chicken stock as a base for my soup, but of course you could do it completely veggie if you wanted to. So why don't you chop some onion?
Are they too big, or are they a good size?
I think they'll be fine, because actually what we'll do, I'm going to get a different knife, is we're going to cook it out anyway. I really like this shape of knife. I think this is a Japanese one. What's it called? Oh no, it says global, but I find that a really good. Now, do you know how to chop an onion?
I feel like I definitely do, but sometimes I do it the wrong way round.
Actually, I haven't done it completely right, because I've taken the end off, which you're not supposed to do. This is what they taught us in catering college, which I went to the same catering college as Jamie Oliver, believe it or not.
Really?
slightly before him in London, when I did hotel management and catering operations all those years ago. So, and what they taught us was basically when you peel the onion, you halve it, you keep the end on here because that keeps all the bits together. And we're going to cut it down that way and then cut it like that to dice it, okay? I don't think you're actually going to be able to see because we can't get the camera angle down. But you see, just cut it down like that.
You're not going to waste the end?
No, exactly, because that's what keeps it together. If I do this very quickly, then I can show everybody. And I'm not holding my knife correctly either, not in the way that we were taught back in the day, but that's it. So, whoops. So you're not supposed to go all the way through to the end, so you do it like that in a little fan shape. And then you chop it down like that to get your little dicey bits. Okay, do you want to do that?
How small do you want them?
Oh, that is a strong onion. My eyes are watering already.
Teaspoons.
Well,
Put
I
a
don't think
teaspoon
it
in your
works.
mouth.
You try it, okay, because I didn't do it.
Okay.
You try it. You got a teaspoon.
I'll get a
if you need
teaspoon.
one.
I'll get it.
Well, the reason that the teaspoon in the mouth trick is supposed to work is because it makes you breathe through your mouth, I think, or breathe through your nose.
Through your nose.
Is that okay?
Well, I can't breathe through my mouth when I've got a teaspoon in my mouth.
Well, I suppose if you held it with your teeth, you could. No? All right, well, we're going to try this. Okay, let's see live whether it works. In the meantime, I'm going to melt a little bit of butter and get that ready for sautéing the onions. This is going to bring everybody down from upstairs. There's nothing like the smell as they're frying onions for them to come down and go, ooh, what are you making? I haven't seen your brother yet, actually, so he got up. No? That is a bit hot, so we move that over here. That has melted. That's good. Right, so we've got the stock already. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful colour chicken stock. That is really good. It's what you can't talk, can you? Okay, are you ready with the onions yet?
I've only done half. Wait.
Come on, chop chop. Haha, chop chop. Right, where was I? So once we have chopped up the onions, we are going to fry them off. And then I think we're going to add the cauliflower. And what else do we need to add?
Teaspoon's really working.
Is it working? Cool. That's good. Who else has tried that? Any other tricks? I did get Lily once, because she really suffered badly. Some goggles. They're like swimming goggles, and they're special. They're supposed to be special onion peeling goggles, and I gave them to her, and she took them to uni with her when she left home. Right, okay, 1 large onion, 1 medium cauliflower chopped, which you're doing. So we are going to saute the onions first, then we're going to add the chopped cauliflower, and then we're going to add the ground almonds. So let's get those ready. Do you want to add those to the butter, melted butter, and just give them a good stir? Okay, so Joanna is saying on Instagram, oh dear, my eyes are still watering.
Brown, is that fine?
It's fine, yeah. It's actually, sometimes chefs deliberately brown the butter. But anyway, you shouldn't say that, because if I hadn't meant to brown it,
No, we are.
it's totally deliberate, but it's not
deliberate.
actually. Well, it could be either. So my eyes, I can't read this now, my eyes are still watering from those onions. It just says here, this is from Joanna on Instagram, saying, would love to know how to do your smoothies. Could we do a live with that? Absolutely. I was thinking that maybe next week I'd do that, because I made them this morning. So, yeah, I think that would be a good one to do. And it is one of my resolutions, actually, is to just get a little bit more organised, especially in the mornings, because I find that in the mornings, if you can set yourself up with something really good for the day ahead. So, anybody making any other resolutions? Do share. We've actually just had a piece go online on Liz and Wellbeing where the team and I shared our New Year's resolutions. So if that is your thing, if you're into making resolutions, my advice is always to make achievable ones, like, you know, don't do something massively dramatic. But kind of little baby steps, just small things that then you get a sense of achievement when you tick it off. And actually, it doesn't have to be just January, does it? We can make resolutions at any time. We can make them at the beginning of each month, perhaps. if you wash the onion first or submerge it in water, you won't cry. That is genius. I have heard that chopping your onion underwater, that could be good, couldn't it? Right, do you want to add now the cauliflower?
To the onions.
To the onions. And actually,
These big, aren't they?
well, I just think that we might not fit them all in the pan, that's the thing. So I think let's try and get them to sort of that kind of piece.
Okay.
Do you want to try that? I hope that pan's going to be big enough. We might need to move it. Should we pop it in? This one's a bigger one.
Yeah.
Should we move it across?
Yeah, maybe that might be hot.
Ouch, it is quite hot.
Yeah.
Right, let's pop this in here. And then, honestly, this is such a good recipe. I'm really excited to share it with you. Now, something else. Resolutions, yes. How to have, people asking how to have a happy gut. Is that a New Year's resolution for you? Well, as Brella knows, there is always just so much gut-friendly stuff going on in our fridge. And it's just weird labels, and your little brother always gets very upset with whether he's drinking kefir or milk that's gone off or whatever. And just to remind you that if you wanted, we do still have the gut box, and this was so popular that we actually continued it. I think I launched it from Liz and Wellbeing in the summer. And it's got 6 amazing ferments in it that just keep going. So you've got, for example, your SCOBY. This comes in here. You can't actually see it now. They used to have it in clear, but this is non-clear, so you can't see it, but it's your SCOBY starter. And it comes with organic sugar, it comes with organic tea to make your SCOBY. By the way, I'm going to be back on this morning with Phil. I think it's Phil and Rochelle on Monday, live here in my kitchen. How's it going? Is it all fitting in or well done?
Yeah, I think so.
Talking about some really healthy things for the new year, and I may well incorporate my SCOBY into that. So I think at the moment I'm down, to be honest, about 11:45, so it'll be just before my Monday live. That'll work quite well actually, so I'll be able to carry on, because I only have a few minutes on this morning, but then I can carry on the chat here. So in your fermented box you get the organic creme fraiche, you get your choice of yogurt. Nikki, how's it going with your yogurt maker? Have you got your yogurt starter yet? That's the one that I like, and I would recommend for your yogurt maker the organic Bulgarian yogurt, the best yogurt ever. You don't need a yogurt maker as such, but you do need to have somewhere warm that you can keep it. It does need to be warm, this one. Or this is the Villi yogurt, which is the liquid one, the really runnier kind, which you don't need to have a yogurt maker or keep warm. You can make it cold. What else do you get in here? You also get your turmeric gut bug, the starter to make the turmeric gut bug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, and your SCOBY. So all of that comes in your gut box. So there'll be a link on Facebook and Instagram and Liz and Wellbeing if you are interested. Do you want to give that a good old stir up? Excuse me a second, I'm going to have to go and blow my nose.
The onions.
The onions. It's really, oh dear, there we are. Right, now I shall just go the other way and wash my hands. I think that's going to need a lid on it actually to help it cook it out more quickly.
I think so as well.
So I'll just grab that while I'm over here. Oh. There we go. Oh, why don't people put things away properly? Everything is just jammed into there. That is the trouble.
It is a very awkward cupboard.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's the best place to keep all the lids and things, but I do agree with you. It does all get a bit squashed up. Right, now we need 100 grams of ground almonds. So that's that 100 grams? So that do you want to open that, my lovely?
Exactly.
And then we need some ground nutmeg.
I love nutmeg.
Do you really?
I think it's my favourite spice.
Really? Some people, it's a bit like coriander.
I hate coriander.
Hate coriander. I quite like nutmeg. I'm not sure that do you like it on rice pudding?
I like on everything. Yeah, rice pudding. Oh.
What else would you have nutmeg on then? I mean, would you make like a nutmeg latte?
Actually, I don't really like lattes.
Okay.
Because they're too milky. But I did do what did I do? I roasted, what was it, a roasted squash or pumpkin with nutmeg.
Really?
And it was really nice.
Well, who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I have my little culinary well-being warrior next to me. Okay, so we do need some grated nutmeg, and we need a little bit of cream. Some pumpkin seed or truffle oil to garnish. Now you're talking. I don't know if I've got either of those. Let's see.
I have seen truffle oil somewhere.
Well, I know I was given some as a present because it's so expensive, and I was keeping it for a special occasion. So maybe. Oh look, you're absolutely right. Here we go.
Yeah.
This has been kept in my fridge. Best before a while ago, but
2000.
Shh. I'm sure it will be
It's
fine.
a bit cloudy.
No, it's meant to be cloudy because it's in extra virgin olive oil. And you know what happens to extra virgin olive oil if you keep it in the fridge?
It solidifies.
It solidifies. That's how you tell that you've got the good stuff. So this is obviously the good stuff, and it's been in the fridge, totally encased in glass.
It hasn't been opened, has it? No, it looks.
Well, I think it has been opened, but it hasn't. Smells amazing if you like truffles.
Oh my god, my nose. That smells really nice. Oh,
Okay.
that does smell really nice.
I think, to be honest, I think we'd be fine, even though it is out of date. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is solidified bits of oil. I don't think this is bits of truffle. I think it's been infused. But that will be really nice to drizzle into it. Or you could just drizzle a little bit of olive oil, or if you've got something special like some avocado oil or pumpkin seed oil, any of that. So, do you want to give that a stir up, my love, and just make sure
Drain
that
the
it's
bowl,
all
yes.
okay? Now we are going to have to find a way to whiz this. Well, I have got a handheld. We could try the handheld and just see how we go, couldn't we? And then if it really doesn't work, we could put it in the Magimix and try and kind of hold the top on with something to make sure it doesn't explode. Is this going to work? Well, it might do if I switch it on, of course. Let's try. Oh no, hold on. Turn my light off. Can't have that. Won't be able to see anything. Right, let's try that one. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll try that. We'll try that and we'll see.
It's still a bit not cooked yet. I don't think it's still quite hard.
Okay, give it a good stir around. Let's add a tiny splash of stock and maybe move it onto the higher ring.
Yeah.
That will help to cook it through a little bit more quickly. Okay, so while you do that, I'll get on with some more questions here, because this is going to be the last one of the year. Oh my goodness, how did that happen? Last one of the year, because this Friday is New Year's Day. It's also somebody's birthday. I wonder whose that could be. It's obviously going to be a very quiet celebration. Just the fam. Sorry about that, my Brotherton. But we'll owe you. We'll write an IOU. In fact, your younger brother, whose birthday is the middle of March, and his party got cancelled this year, because that was right at the beginning of the first lockdown, and he was saying, oh my goodness, am I going to have 2 birthdays in lockdown? I said, no, let's hope not. Which yogurt maker do I use from our Stain Luck Designs? I forget the name of it, but it's actually on the Freshly Fermented website. So if you get, or just take a look, you don't have to buy it obviously, but if you want to take a look at the Good Gut box, this one, follow the link from Facebook or from Liz and Wellbeing or from Instagram. It's a great website and they sell all sorts of things. So you don't have just to get the special box, but you can get, replacement scobies and all sorts. And they also sell yogurt makers. They're not expensive. And they come with 6 little glass jars. So it just means that you can make your own yogurt forever. Never have to buy any more of these flipping plastic pots. And it's much nicer and it's much more sustainable. I should give you a yogurt maker to take back to uni, because you eat yogurt, don't you, in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kefir.
And kefir. Would you make it? Because you don't need to keep it in the fridge. Well, you do once you've made it, but
How long does it take?
it doesn't take any time. You literally, okay, the next time we do a live together, I'll show you how to make yogurt.
Okay.
Okay? Because honestly, it's like, it takes less than 30 seconds and it's really cheap. So good for students.
Okay.
And
We could do a house activity, yogurt making.
you could in your uni house.
Yeah.
And then you could teach them all how to make kefir as well.
Wonderful.
It'd be very popular. Okay, so Sec Waters hats. Have I said that? No, sorry. That's not at all. It's the onions.
Siok Waters.
Siok Waters on Instagram says, I've forgotten the difference between prebiotics and probiotics. Okay, do you know the difference?
Prebiotics feed the gut bugs.
Yes.
And
Well done.
probiotics
are the gut
Are
bugs.
the gut bugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So that reminds me, if you were looking at my Instagram, you would have seen I posted yesterday that my team, my digital team, have put all my e-guides half price this week. And we did that because we thought the post is going to be not working properly, and you know, people aren't working in dispatch anyway to send things out. But if you want a download, you can get that instantly. So all my e-guides, I think there are 6 of them, all half price. They're normally £4.99, they're £2.50. And there's a great one on your gut, which is called the Happier Flatter Tum, as in flat tum. And that is because it's all about the good gut bacteria that help to reduce bloating, symptoms of IBS, you know, any kind of digestive irritation, and very good for the immune system and all of that. It's a really, really good read. And as I say, it's half price just this week. So if you want to grab it, please do. And in there, you will see absolutely all the differences between the prebiotics, the prebiotic fibres, things like inulin, chicory, the GOS and the FOS and all the other oligosaccharides that feed our good gut bugs. And then the probiotics, all the things that I put into my smoothies that we have with yogurt and kefir and all of those things, and sauerkraut and kimchi, etc., etc. How do I get my kombucha to go fizzy? It says. This is from Lisa on Facebook. It's always flat and I want my daughter to drink it instead of sugary drinks. Really good point. That is what I'm going to be talking to Phil and Rochelle about on Monday, on this morning. So you've got a little sneak peek here. It should be naturally fizzy, but it's not going to be super fizzy. It's not like it's carbonated. So it's just got like a natural tangy fizz. If you want it to be really fizzy, I would suggest putting it through some kind of soda stream or carbonator, or mixing it with a little bit of fizzy water if you really want to get the fizz. But it's never going to be naturally super fizzy, but it will just have a little effervescence to it. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's helpful. I'd like to experiment with that. We did have a soda stream. I don't know what happened to it.
We did. We have... I don't know what happened to it.
I don't know what happened to it, but we need to have an experiment, because if anybody's got one and you've got some kombucha, homemade kombucha, would you have a go and let me know if it works? Because then if you do want something that's super fizzy, that would be really good. I remember, I think it was Heston Blumenthal, you know, the great chef who's got all these Michelin stars and everything. He did an experiment where he put relatively inexpensive Chardonnay or Pinot Noir type white wine through a soda stream to make champagne.
Really?
And then he served it to a group of like really top, you know, wine tasters.
They noticed.
And they, well, I think they said, "Oh, this is delicious." What is this? And it cost them about £2.50 a bottle. So yeah, really, we must find that soda stream actually, because
really
it would be fun to do some things with it. How is that doing? Are we nearly there with it?
Well, it depends how soft you want it.
I think it needs to. Well, it doesn't actually need to be massively soft, because we are going to whiz it up.
It's definitely
Hopefully.
getting there.
Is it? Okay.
Maybe you have a stir and see what you...
All right.
I reckon it's pretty... Well, I don't know how soft you want it. But...
Okay. So we've had a question about your hair. Would you like to answer
What's the question?
How did you get your hair to be so purple?
Right. Well, the first attempt was a massive fail. I did it in my uni house. My housemate Susanna did it for me. We bleached it twice, and it kind of went a weird ginger. And then I put about 5 boxes of purple hair dye in.
What?
I used the live Schwarzkopf one, Schwarzkopf. 5 boxes. It did nothing. Like,
no.
It was a kind of weird rose gold tinge. It did nothing, so I would not recommend that one.
Do you love a bit of honesty?
So yes. And then gradually, as I kept washing it, it kind of just went this weird kind of ginger phase. Was not great. So then I came home to my lovely sister Lily, who is just a queen with hair.
She is the queen.
She is. And last week we bleached it. I can't remember what bleach we used. Maybe Bleach London or something. And that's when it went really sort of white.
It went white blonde.
White.
Like,
And I think that's why it's come out so purple, is because it was so white.
But actually, I know there's been a lot of comments about
Yeah.
the condition and being careful, but your hair does, I mean, you've got quite strong hair anyway, but it does feel very soft and very silky. It doesn't feel that you've done too much damage.
I try and leave in conditioner for as long as possible in the shower, and I use hair oil every day.
Do you?
Yeah, just on the ends.
And then what will happen with it? Will it just fade over time?
Yes, the one I actually used, I used a metallic purple, and that didn't do anything. So then we used a semi-permanent one, Colour Freedom. It's in a tube, and that went really. That did this really purple, but it's only semi-permanent. But I washed it this morning.
Yeah, and so when you wash it, do you get purple coming out, going down the plug hole?
So I washed it this morning, and my water was very purple. Slightly stained the bath. No, I didn't. Don't worry, I didn't. But it's like lasting. I mean, I washed it and
I have to say, it looks good, and the condition is good. And I think, you know, even if you did get a little bit dry at the ends, you could always, you know, have a really decent trim, couldn't you? Because your hair is so long. You know, you could afford to lose 3 or 4 inches, and it would just kind of blunten up a bit. But you know, as I always say to my girls, and I guess it's just as well, that you can pretty much do what you like with your hair because it grows, and we can usually repair it. Although I'm glad that, you know, you've had Lily's guidance, because I used to have to spend a fortune in the hairdressers because she'd make the most terrible mistakes and absolutely wreck her hair and trash it. So I think she has learnt. So she'll have to do a tutorial. Maybe we'll get her to do a tutorial on doing hair. Now I think we can risk putting this all in a pan
and mulching it.
Let's give it a go,
That's
shall we?
probably better than using the NutriBullet.
Yes.
I mean, not the NutriBullet,
the Magimix. Yeah, I think it's going to be less risky. So do you want to tip that in there? And then, so basically we've got the sautéed onions, the sautéed cauliflower, just a little bit of butter, or you could use olive oil. Yeah, do you want to, can you manage that?
It's hot.
Okay. And then I'm going to sprinkle on 100 grams of the ground almonds, and then I'm going to add the chicken stock. Or as I say, you can use veggie stock. Do you want me to give you a hand with that? Because that's quite hot, isn't it? And heavy.
It's quite heavy.
Yeah. Okay, so let's tip that into here. And
it does smell really nice. I know it's just cauliflower, but it does smell really nice.
Well, you actually like cauli, don't you?
I eat cauliflower raw. Are you supposed to?
Yeah, no, cauliflower is great. Cauliflower has got this really interesting, it's part of the brassica family, so it's like sprouts and cabbage. So red cabbage, white cabbage, all the brassicas, cauliflower, they contain this ingredient called sulforaphane, which is a really potent antioxidant, and it's been shown to have anti-cancer properties. It contains vitamin K, vitamin K2, so if you're eating cauliflowers or brassicas, try and drizzle a little bit of olive oil over them, because then that releases the fat-soluble vitamin. So that's in there. Do you want to sprinkle the almonds on? And then we'll need to find the nutmeg. And we'll need to get the chicken stock. So we need 2 pints of chicken stock, which I've got here. 2 pints, what is that in litres? That is just about a litre, roughly. Is that right? 2 pints? Yeah, just a bit more than a litre. So pop that in there. And then let's grab the... Yeah, could you stir it? There's the nutmeg. So you're going to enjoy this. So this just says half a teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg. So we're going to put that in there. And then we're going to simmer that, okay, for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to let it cool just a little bit before adding in the cream and adjusting the seasoning. Okay, so now we don't have 20 minutes. So what we're going to do is let's get that to the next stage.
Should I just chuck it in, or should I get a teaspoon?
I would get a teaspoon just in case it all goes everywhere, because I know you like nutmeg, but it might become like nutmeg soup. What we'll do is we will do a little film after this, and we'll pop it up on YouTube. Then, if you want to see the finished thing, is that going to come off?
I don't know.
Just sprinkle it, hon. I would just do that. I mean, I know it's going to be. But
how much is it? Half a teaspoon.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more if you like it. There we go. You can always adjust it later. Oh, it says we're low battery. That's obviously our warning, isn't it?
I don't know how long it paused for.
Which foods are best to aid COVID recovery? Can you get the vitamin D spray? Oh, you've got the vitamin D spray. Thank you for that tip. I definitely stay off the sugars, okay? Stay off sugars and carbs. I would go high fat, high protein, plenty of fluids, lots of green veggies. You know, you can make this soup, that would be really great. Make soups if you can, broths, juices. Keep your vitamin and nutrient level high, but please stay away from the sugars and the carbs. So that would be, I know it's tempting because it's so comforting, isn't it? But you know, you can snack on things like nuts, for example. I love these. I'm gonna have to eat one now. Brazil nuts. Have a Brazil nut every day. That is your daily amount of selenium. Have you had a Brazil nut?
I don't like Brazil nuts. I only like peanuts, cashews and almonds.
Okay. So then you're going to have to get your selenium a different way. Talking of supplements, if you missed it, have you had your sprays this morning?
Oh, I've had my D.
Your D. So this is the Better You, where we get the discount. If you use Liz Loves, all in capitals, on their website. So I really like this. This is the B12 spray. So you spray it into the side of your cheek and it's absorbed straight away into your system. And then this is the D, vitamin D. So is that the one that you take? So this is the 3000, which is the high strength one. Or there's the one that's slightly less here. I think this is 1000. But that's got the vitamin K2 in it as well. So really good to take those, either of them, and the B vitamins. Okay, so let's pop that back so that we can start to cook that out, and then we can finish that off on YouTube. What lipsticks am I wearing? Okay, so I do actually have them here. Where are they? Because I was applying it just earlier. So these are two. So this actually, you know Beauty Pie, don't you?
Oh, I love Beauty Pie.
Love Beauty Pie. I've got both my girls on the subscription for Beauty Pie. Don't forget, you get a free month with Liz Loves code. Love all these free things. So I think I bought your subscription probably a couple of years ago.
Do I have a subscription?
You do have a subscription. Or maybe use mine. Maybe I think you log in and use mine. I think Lily has her own subscription. But this, okay, you can have your own subscription. Maybe as a birthday present.
That's a good birthday present.
That is a good birthday present, and better for me because I get her a free month. I use my Liz Loves code.
Yes.
Excellent.
Win-win.
It is a win-win. This is it's called Super Cheek. I mentioned this yesterday or Monday. And it's the raspberry one. It's called French raspberry.
It looks really nice.
Love that colour. Can you see it? Okay, French raspberry. And what I did was I do use it on my cheeks, but I really like it on lips as well. So doing this without mirrors, hopefully. But what I like about it is it stays on. It's like a stain. So you put it on in the morning and it just brings that little bit of colour to your lips. And then if you want it to be a little bit glossier or to get some hydration on the lips, because obviously that doesn't hydrate, use your Dr. Lip on top.
I love Dr. Lip.
That's what I do. And we've still got, I think it's for the next few days, the discount on Dr. Lip for Liz Loves. So do please take a look at that. I've got these little tubes everywhere. You can get tinted ones or you can just get the plain one like this, which I like. I make sure my boys have it in their pockets as well. I'll just check and see what the discount is. Dr. Lip is 15% off, okay, drlip.com. But you just need to use Liz Loves all in one go. Beauty Pie, Liz Loves gets your first month free if you have your 3-month subscription. So totally worth it. Absolutely love it. What else did I mention? I mentioned Better You, 15% off again, and that's on their website, betteryou.com. That's on everything except their test kits and their bundles, which they've already discounted. But if you just want to get things like your vitamin D spray, which I highly recommend, then you get 15% off. And I do have more, actually. I stocked up on mine in the cupboard. Could we give you some tips on colour? And that is from Mrs. Sasa.
Salsa.
Colour, I actually had my colours done ages ago, but I don't think I really use it, to be honest. I know we wrote about it in the magazine, and I just think, I mean, for me personally, because I'm quite pale, I think pinks and oranges work really well. But actually I've noticed that no matter what your skin tone is, pinks and those kind of warmer colours just reflect warmth back into your skin. My lovely friend Nena from Nigeria, for example, she wears, you know, lots of bright colours, the pinks and the reds and the corals, and she just looks fabulous. And I think that if at this time of year when the light is very flat and we can just end up looking a bit washed out and grey and tired, that having those brighter colours, just sort of reflecting the light back, is good. What's your favourite colours?
Well, I don't really know what suits me and what doesn't, so if I see something I like, I just wear it.
Yeah. But that
really
little
know.
combo, I like that sort of
Do you
pale
think?
grey blue. This is very pretty. This is like a chenille. Where is that from?
Urban Outfitters.
Is it? It's very
My
nice.
fave.
Your fave. Looks gorgeous, don't you think?
Thank you.
And I love that with the purple. Excellent. So, just to say, that is about it for today. We will finish off making the soup and I will post the whole recipe on YouTube and we'll make it really quick and simple. So I hope you enjoy that.
Some people are asking if the sprays are better than the tablets. I think.
Yes, apparently the research that I've seen anyway shows that they're more easily absorbed. They just go straight into your bloodstream, straight into your system. They don't need to go through the gut and be broken down and digested and then recirculated around the body. They just instantly go in there. I've got some really interesting stuff coming up for the new year. I've been researching so many nutritional things, and I have to say that my mind has changed a lot over this year on supplements. And I used to think that we could get everything from our food. I now know that there are certain things that we just can't get enough of, particularly if you've got any kind of restrictive diet. And there are certain things that we just need more of to help our immune system, to help healthy brains and bones and all of that. So, as you know, I've been filling you with so many things, sending so many care packages to uni and experimenting, and maybe we can talk about vitamin D as well next year and looking at that in terms of serious help for sleep, for immunity, for mental health, for anxiety, all sorts of things. Lots and lots of good reasons why we should be upping our vitamin D. Anyway, sending you lots of good vibes. Very, very happy New Year's Eve if you're watching this on Catch Up. Happy January the 1st. Happy Brella's birthday. Follow us on Instagram. I'm going to be here obviously at home with my girls, so we won't be live, but we will be putting lots of stories and little film clips and things that we do throughout the day on my Instagram and maybe on your Instagram as well. I'm sure you post some really quite funny pictures there, so do join us if you can. But sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for being with us this year. It's just been extraordinary. Look at all the hearts from everybody. Thank you. I don't want to go. I don't want to click off. This all started back in March with the first lockdown, and here we are at the end of the year, and we found a way to continue and just to grow this community, and it's just lovely. It's so special and it's lovely to share. And I love the comment actually that was left on my Instagram a couple of days ago from a lady saying that she now watches always with a notepad and pen just to jot everything down. It made me think maybe I should do some notepads and pens for the community. Maybe we should think about that. Anyway, lots of projects, lots of ideas for next year. So I'll see you the other side. See you live anyway in the new year. So let's hope it is going to be a very much better one, a healthy and happy one for everybody. Sending lots of love.